Welcome to the Live Like an Acrobat podcast. I'm your host, Shenea Stiletto. My guest on today's podcast is Germán Aguirre. Thank you so much for coming on to the podcast, Germán.
Thank you, Shenea. Thank you for the invitation. And here we are to share all the circus life we have in common with everybody, living this beautiful, beautiful life. And it's just one piece of the great book of the circles in the world. So here we are.
Yes, here we are. And, I wanted to speak to you and I wanted to have you on the podcast because there is something very important that's going around in the world of circus nowadays. If you're listening in and you are not aware, there are countries that are achieving Circus Arts Recognition for their countries, which is so huge. It's so big. It's recognition by UNESCO, and it's not easy to get. It is a very challenging and difficult journey. And Germán, we are going to discuss what that journey has been like for you to have Circus Arts Recognition in Chile, and what circus is like in Chile. But this is, a topic that's on everyone's brains. I am a part of a committee that has been working towards Circus Arts Recognition in America because, for those listening in, we have just rejoined UNESCO, but due to certain laws, we are not able to get Circus Arts Recognition in America by UNESCO. We hope one day that will change. It has not changed yet, but that is something that we are working towards. But the National Endowment for the Arts can bestow Circus Arts Recognition on a national and federal level in America. So that is something that we are working towards very difficultly. I don't know what the word is. There are many words. Germán will tell us. But I would love for you to start, Germán, with your background. You have a very rich circus history and circus background, and then bringing us to present day of what that journey has been like for Circus Arts Recognition in Chile. Thank you so much.
Thank you again for the invitation. Yes, I will introduce myself. I came from a long circus family. My family, we don't know it until we got this foundation where we kept the memory and we study where the Chilean circus or the traditional circus or any activity of circus start in Chile. So my family came in the earliest 1800 with Bogardus. Bogardus was English circus owner who brought to Chile the first elephant. And my family, the Beltrans, they come from France. They do horse acrobating, equestre, we call it in Spanish. So from that part of the time, my family's been in the circus from a long time. That's from on my mom's side. My other part of the family, they come from the sport. My grandpa did boxing. In Chile, we have in the early 1900s two parts of show inside the circus. We call them the Circo Criollo. We shared this with Argentinian circus. But the first half was traditional circus acts, and the second half was like boxing or folklore or acting or some pantomimes that they made to make the stay in the town longer, because we don't have in Chile at least highways, or only we was moving by boat and by train. So we have to wait for the boat to return to put all the circus and move from city to city. And sometimes the boat or the train was taking longer. So they made this kind of circus, unique circus that we share with Argentinians. So we can call it like the South circus way, or the South circus way to do entertainment. I'm a juggler, I'm an acrobat, and also I was a flying trapeze catcher. I was the catcher of the Gino Farfan in the Flying Farfans for a long time, for 11 years. Gino is my compadre. His older son, godfather. We were really close to each other. So that gave me the chance to travel also the world and to work with a lot of artists. We set up in Japan for a long time, where I got married with one of the Japanese acrobats from the Kubota Shibuya family, which is a long way generation of circus, traditional circus of Japan. And after that, in 2006, I came back to Chile after to travel for 25 years in South America, also in America, and some part of the Europe, and we established in Japan for the last part of my acrobatics life. So I opened my own show. I own my own business. I was the owner of the Golden Circus in Chile, and now I'm the owner of the Extraordinary Circus in Chile, which is a new way to do circus, systematic circus. We take some history, we thematize the show, and we do circus with acting and dancing and live uh, music. In Chile, we don't have live music in it for a long time, almost like 50 years. There was not live music in the shows. So we brought it back. It's not easy because it's not as cheap. It's really expensive, but we were trying to make it up and to understand what the people uh, remember about the circus. So when I come back to Chile, we start two shows, and I realized that we have to do more for the Chilean circus and for the Chilean circus community. We have a huge community here. We are almost 5,000 members of the circus community with 102 circuses in a little country. We are 18 million country, like little bit less than California uh, population, and we are 102 circuses. So every time when the season starts, we will work with two or three circuses in the same town, on the same city. So we learn how to do it.
Wow.
Yes, we learn how to keep it up each other and to fight with the same uh, interesting of the business. You know, to fight with the city office, to fight with the fire marshals, to get along with all the problematics of the circus had to play in every city and every little town. So we have the oldest syndicate or circus union in America. Our syndicate is 86 years old, yes. And I was a president for 5 years. So when I started being president in the 2015, we have to understand that we have to work to keep the circus development and protect the circus culture and heritage no matter what. So we start investigating what we can do to protect the circus. We have the Chilean circus law, which was pushed and developed by circus family. And after when the circus law was proclaimed, we said, okay, now the Chilean circus have his own protective law. Was not that protected. We still have
Mm.
the problem that every city or every city hall have their own ways to ask to how to play the circuses over there. I don't know. They ask you for different kind of paperwork, for engineering
Hmm.
and stuff like that. So I say we have to find another way how the circus can play with not so much bureaucracy. And we start learning after a visit of Europe and to know the the world federations when they start celebrating the World Circus Day and what was the achievement of that celebration. We understand that we have to fight for the ICH, the the intangible cultural heritage of the circus, to protect the circus, to make some laws to do the safeguard of the circus. So we start working on it. On 2016, we did the first celebration of the cultural heritage. Chile does it. Chile does that celebration every May, the 28th of May, every year, and the circle was not included. And in 2017, we we fight for it. We push really hard, and now the circus is included in that celebration. We celebrate with everybody, with all the museums, the the oldest buildings, and all the cultural stuff, which is the heritage of the country. Now the circus celebrate the same way, and we don't have financials, but we have the recognition. That's one of the between that, we have the recognition of the circus also to celebrate the National Day of the Circus, which is celebrating every first Saturday of September, because September is when the circus, the all circuses open their seasons, which spring come over. So when the spring came
Mm.
over, also we celebrate the Independence Day on September, and with that we celebrate the circus open season. So September is the month of the circus, also is the month of the country because Independence Day, which is the September 18th, and that's because, and maybe that's why the circus became so popular, because the people in Chile celebrate Independence Days with circus and party. So big time.
Perfect.
Yes. So it's like that's why we're so into the popular cultural uh, thing of Chile. And after that, we start working with a group of people. Maria Elena Andrich, which is one of the ladies who is pushing and fight for a long time for this recognition of the circus also. Um, Together we was working when I was the president of the syndicate, and we was
Mhm.
pushing and knocking and asking the bureaucracy, and start pretty much begging to all the Congress people to listen to us. But circus
Same.
people, they always find a way. We always like sneak around, and it's like they have to listen to us, and we have to get it, and we get it. So so I was telling you about the process we have here in Chile for the reconnection, but to ask that first, we have to work in some several laws that we have in Chile for the circus, especially when we celebrate the National Day of Circus in Chile, which is the first Saturday of September every year, because September is the month when springs came over. We opened the season with the spring, and also it's the National Day, it's the Independence Day, so it's a huge moment where the circus open, all the circus open on September. So because that we have to visibilize, how you call that? We have to show, we have to show to the country what circus is doing in that time, how the industry is so important to us, and that is the National Day of the Circus, the Chilean Circus that we celebrate by law. And also we have the other law is the 2021 O, which is the law that protects the development of the circus industry. So we have to work on this part of the system, like that the Congress and the government and all the states facilities, they understand how important is the circus in the Chilean culture, how live
Mm.
it is inside the heart of Chile, and how far we can go and play circus everywhere, even in the remote places of Chile. We have in the south the very, very Patagonia places where we have circus there. In the north, we have the desert that also we have like several cities and play the circus there. And little towns, big towns at the sea. So we show the government how important is the circus in the life of the Chilean people. It's like when circus come to town, it's really coming to town. It's like it's a party, it's a festivity, it's a new things that they come over. Um, Well, before it was the animals. Like every year, the people was expecting what kind of animal we was bringing with us to show. But now it's like what you're bringing, like machinery and lighting, also new shows. Even the new caravans or trailers, RB, how you call it in the United States. So the people is expecting what the circus is bringing new to show.
Mm.
This is very popular in Chile, very, very, very popular. So when the government understand that, they open their doors and they say, okay, we're going to help you. After we was, I mean, we bag every single one. I mean, even the president, it's like the president was doing an interview over there. We was there like, oh, the circus is here. We was really baggy. And one of our members, this is a community work, and several people like Maria Elena Andrich and also Bruno Caprario um, did the hard work, because, as you say in the beginning of the interview, it takes you a lot of time, takes you a lot
Yeah.
of meetings, takes you to ask everywhere how you can do it, can you support, can you do this, can you do that, and some people they're really kind with the circus stuff, but also it becomes the same in all the world, the discrimination of the circus. Oh no, because
Hmm.
you look like you're like gypsy, or you're carny, or you're here or you're there. I mean, what do you want this? You're not gonna use it. So it's like, with that kind of people, we fight more and we show more. We make several books of the Chilean history. One of them is called Años de Circo, means like years of circus, like lifetime of circus, kind of. Uh, that was written by Pilar Ducci, who was investigating the circus activity for 8 years. So it's one of the nicest and greatest document we have to show to the authorities. So with this book, investigation book, for 8 years, with the activity of the circus in Chile for more than 400 years. The activity, not the circus we know right now. When Chile got colonized, also they brought here something banquets and jugglers and stuff like that. What there the circus activity started. Also with the original people of Chile, the Araucanians and also the Incas, they do some circus um, techniques. We showed that also to them. In this book, big document, several other two books like the Circus 3 stage of Ilan Oxman is the author of the second book. And with that documents, we bring the history of the circus in Chile. Why I say the traditional circus in Chile? Because we are the same. Everywhere is practically the same lifestyle. So what we did in Chile, we recognized the traditional circus in Chile, which means that we are the worldwide traditional circus, but this is a little bit different because it's the Chilean one,
Hmm.
because we are part of the worldwide circus community, which we share the same identity, we are the same community, and we share the same lifestyle. It's a cultural thing, which we pass through generation by generations. Doesn't matter if our kids, our children or not, but we share our knowledge to another people, and we keep going that. So that needs to be saved, that needs to be protected, and that's the hard work we did. It take us almost 10 years. It's not easy. Almost 10 years. I wasn't the president of the syndicate, as I said before, for 4 years. And those 4 years was a hard work because I own my own circus. I own my own business. So between meanwhile the circus was moving from town to town, I ran to the Congress, I ran to Santiago, the capital of Chile, to do the meetings I need to do with the cultural ministry and the social ministry and the education ministry, to show them that we need really hard to be recognized as a untouchable cultural heritage, ICH. In Spanish, it's called PCI, Patrimonial Cultural Inmaterial. Uh, so it was really hard. I mean, I can't, we can do it because we have like 3 or 4 people here in Santiago, which is circus people who lives in Santiago, and they move barely to another family circuses and stuff, but they stay mainly in Santiago. And as a director with Joaco Maluenda and Juvenal Rubio, which was the directive of the syndicate in that time, on my side, we was traveling from far away to do the meetings, cost a lot of money, but we have the courage, and also we have this goal to get, or other way we will not be recognized. You know, it's the first country in all the Americas that have this recognition, and we want to be we want to show to all our brothers of the circus world that if you want to, you can do it. Especially in our countries that are really different, really hard to make the government or the politicians believe in the circus. It's like, and to show them how organized we are. It's like it's not easy. I mean, you can start moving the tent, moving the circus from town to town, and you will see how organized we are. You know, we have to set up, set down, turn them, set up, and put the riggings, a little bolt, and I mean, it's an industry that shows if you are not together, we will not move. We will not
Mm.
keep going. And it's no industry that they don't do that. You know, it's like no one moves. And also they say, yeah, but in Chile we don't pay taxes. The circus in Chile did not pay taxes. Our grandfathers fight for that, and we got that bonus over the other. But it's still we do. I mean, the ticket doesn't pay taxes, but all the concession stuff they do pay taxes, and we pay here 20%
Mm.
of the selling on taxes. It's really high. It's not less. So the contribution of to the country is high way. You know, the salary, the payments, the fees of the to the authorities, to the city halls. When we show how important the circus industry it is in Chile, they start listening to us. You know, but
Yeah.
like all politicians and all the congressmen and all these people, they they like to help you when you have the solution under your shoulder, under your arms. You know, you have to
Yes.
bring the problem, but also you have to bring the solution right away. So after
Right.
that, they show up. Look, I help and do the solution to them. You did all the work. Doesn't matter, but you have to bring it. You know, it's like, okay, don't bring me problems. Don't bring me troubles. If you're going to bring me the solution right away. So circus people again, we always ahead of what is the matters. You know, so it's like, okay, where is the problem? This is a problem. Perfect. What is the solution of this? We don't know. We are circus people. So we start consulting like lawyers and people who understand about the cultural thing that we was looking for it. And we got the work done. I mean, Maria Elena did most of the work, the heavy work. She's more than 60 years old. She came from a gypsy family, and she had the hard work. We have to recognize her also that she did really hard. Maybe in this podcast, should be she speaking about how was the work was so heavy, so hard, doing it through the government and knocking doors everywhere. Um, but we did it. We did it, and on 2017, uh, we did the first action to be recognized as ICH. And the 10th of April of 2019 or 2019, We sign up. I send you the picture maybe after you can do it, show it. When we
Yes.
do apply on the UNESCO through the Ministry of Culture to be recognized as a ICH. The resolution was really fast. So under the number
Mm.
869 resolution number on the 11th of June, just in 2 months, the committee accept the circus as a ICH. So, but after that, I mean, before that, not after that, before that was like almost 3 years of hard work putting together the community, because you have to ask the community what is the element that you want to be recognized: the
Mm.
lifestyle, the techniques, the circus as an industry. So that is a very big matters. It's like what you want to recognize by the UNESCO. I mean, as a ICH, you want to recognize the lifestyle. You want to recognize the teaching ways. So
Mm-hmm.
we have pretty much um, huge meetings through the syndicate, the union of the circus. Thank God we have this technology right now, because before we have to wait to get all together. It
But
was
you have an entire union that can come together to discuss
yes,
that in Chile.
yes,
An entire union for the circus to be
yes,
able to discuss this. That's
yes,
amazing.
yes.
Wow.
And pandemic helps a lot. And pandemic helps a lot because because nobody had nothing to do, so we was meeting. We was doing meeting everywhere. Zoom here, meeting there, was using all the applications to get together and discuss what we're going to ask for, which was is going to be the element to recognize,
Hmm.
to be
And
recognized.
was it easy to focus on which element it was, or was there a lot of disagreement around which element?
Yeah, yes, because some secret people, they misunderstand which is the purpose of this. So I say,
Hmm.
no, we have troubles with the lands. City halls, they don't give us the lots to work of it. No, 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 no. That's one of the problems of the industry. But here the element is different. Um,
Hmm.
so we decide to recognize the traditional circus in Chile, which is the lifestyle, the the way of moving, and the way of living. It's like how you can be transhuman, which means like human people moves. They used to do it with camels and sheep, horses. They don't have a place to settle down. They just moving with the animals, and we tried to show the government it was pretty much almost the same, that we move. Not necessarily we have to settle down, um, because our industry, our lifestyle is needs to move, needs to show the extraordinary people we are, and the extraordinary people that we can become, from zero to a great star. It doesn't matter the age you are. It's better that you start early when you're a child. But we have several circus stars that start like older than 20 years old and 30 years old, and they are circus stars here and down here and every part of the world. So the element, finally, we got together to and decide that it was going to be the traditional circus in Chile, and all what that word means. So this year, uh, we have the resolution to be into the inventory of the ICH, the intangible
Hmm.
cultural heritage, and now we're trying to we are begging again all the Congress people, all the senators, deputies, and all the lawyers and all the stuff who can help us. Hopefully, we are they are going to listen and because we're a little country also too, but we have a really big, huge circus history. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so we have to change our law. The law I took you in the beginning, which protects the
Mm-hmm.
development of the industry of the circus. Now we have to protect and do some action for safeguard the cultural heritage of this Chilean traditional circus. So we're fighting in that. We're trying to. It's gonna be a long fight. It's not easy to change laws. You know, the country have
Mm-hmm.
more problems than just listen to circus people. But we are trying. We're fighting. We keep going. We're really together. It's a big family. We fight each other, like all the family. You know, when brothers fight, cousins and uncles, and especially in the circus, you know, we have this ego.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Everybody.
but that's
Everyone has the
not,
different perspectives of what's
yes.
better, of what's best, and what could be better, what could be worse.
It's what I said in Monte Carlo when I went to do my speech over there with the World Federation, Circus Federation. It's like
Mm-hmm.
no matter what, we keep going. We unite our strengths to make it happen. Otherwise, we're not gonna get to the goal to let or left to our children's a better way to do circus. You know, we start living in little tents was really poor way to do circus down here in Chile, and we advanced so much that we have to take care of and be sure that at least the laws of the country will protect all children's and will protect the way to do circus here in Chile. And that's the major goal. We become, we don't want to, but we become to be like um, a goal, like all our neighbors. They want to do it like the Chilean way, you know, Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, and all Latin America. We're helping through the Latin American federations. I'm one of the founder of the Latin American Federation of Circus, which is under the World Circus Federation, working together like to understand which going to be the best way, the easy way, the faster way to be recognized as an ICH. It's not easy, especially in Brazil, Argentina, United States, and Mexico, where you are federated states. Uh, so you have to go state by state to get the recognition like that. You can get it national. It's not gonna be easy, but we're fighting with them. We're trying to.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Thank you for everything that you're doing, Herman. The journey has been amazing. I wish I could interview you longer and and explore even more facets of this. And I would love to have you again back on the podcast as well to
sure.
discuss even more of all of the different work that you're doing in Latin America. And again, just this, growing this, adopting this campaign so that everybody's on board.
And you know, one of the main things we are doing is like to show circus. So we do this big parade and the National Circus Day. We do this big festival, which from now you're invited to visit us. Every end
Thank
of
you.
the season, every in October, the beginning of October, we have this big, huge festival, which is made from circus artists to circus people. The audience is all circus people who come from all over the South America to see what is the new things coming up, the new shows, the new acts are coming uh, with the new generations. So also we do this parade. We have the cemetery. We have our own mausoleum, which is a little tent with all the circus people rest right there. My family, my grandpa, my everybody rest in a place with dignity and not wherever they die. No, it's they come home, which is our one of the
Hmm.
proudest thing we have. We have the museum that started 2 years ago. After the syndicate, we understand we have to separate some ways to fight in the same goal. So we have
Mhm.
an association, we have like 3 or 4 foundations, we have a corporations, all cultural ones, and the syndicates becomes the oldest and the biggest institution that represent the circus in Chile. But after that, we have like 3 or 4 more institutions. They keep going in different way. One in the social work to do. Other ones, like my one, like is in charge to keep the memory. We open a museum, and our biggest and final project is going to be the memorial center of the circus in Chile, not from Chile, in Chile. And that is the gremial association who fight for the new laws. So we divide the work, and end up we discuss this all together, and we keep pushing, and it's the only way that the circus can be recognized is to visualize what's going on with the circus, because it's not
Mm.
just when circus come to town. The people have to know the
Mhm.
circus is every time, everywhere, every day we do circus. That's why
Mm.
it's they say in Ringling always they say, may all your days be a circus day. Well, we have to work to be happened, Otherwise, they're gonna forget about us.
Oh, that's beautiful. I think that's a beautiful way to end the podcast, Herman. Congratulations. Thank you for all of the work that you're doing. And thank you so much for taking the time to be on the podcast and to teach us about everything you've been doing and the entire journey to UNESCO Circus Arts Recognition. And I just want to remind everyone that's tuning into the podcast, please contact your senators and your congresspeople. Tell them that the circus arts in America should have National Endowment for the Arts recognition in individual category. Please also tell them that we would love to be able to sign on to the convention that would allow us to be recognized by UNESCO as well. We are back into UNESCO, but we don't have the privilege as Chile does or like Germany does.
Yes, and for that we have to do conventions, congress, I don't know, meetings. We have to put together our strength. We have to meet together to understand each other, which is the best way to fight for it. We're meetingless. We have to put together. Here in Latin America, we did the first and second and third and fourth Congress of circus in Latin America, and from there we understand that we share the same problems, we share the same uh, great things, and we share the same lifestyle. So that's we are meetingless. We have to do more conventions, we have to do more meeting, we have to do big congress. Like that we can put together all our doubts, all our questions, and work together for the better of the circus.
Fantastic. The Live Like an Acrobat podcast is also available on Circus Talk, the inclusive, independent, and international online network for the circus industry. Circus Talk's mission is to create a level playing field for this industry and democratize access to information. Until next time, everyone, please stay safe and stay healthy. And thank you again so much for our fabulous guest, Herman Aguirre.